Welcome to Gospel Greetings number 66. Last week, we talked about overcoming obstacles in chapter 6 of Nehemiah, where he said, "Our enemies kept sending me messages to come meet together, but they were scheming to harm me. They even sent an unsealed letter accusing me of betraying the king." We saw that Nehemiah asked God to strengthen his hands for the work so that he could stay focused and not get distracted. This week, we will discuss joy in the Lord's provision and how this joy is our strength from Nehemiah 8:8-10, which says, "They read the book of the law of God, making it clear and giving the meaning so that the people understood what was being read. Then Nehemiah the governor, Ezra the priest and teacher of the law, and the Levites who were instructing the people said to them all, 'This day is holy to the Lord your God. Do not mourn or weep,' for all the people had been weeping as they listened to the words of the law. Nehemiah said, 'Go and enjoy choice food and sweet drinks and send some to those who have nothing prepared. This day is holy to our Lord. Do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength.' Now the wall and gates of Jerusalem had been completed. Their enemies saw how quickly and effectively the work was done, as said in chapter 6. All the surrounding nations were afraid and lost their self-confidence because they realized that this work had been done with the help of God. God had helped them and done this great work. The wall was completed in only 52 days. Incredible. Then Ezra, the priest teacher, and Nehemiah, the governor, got the people together for an assembly. But before the party begins, Ezra reads the law from a platform so that all could hear. Remember that many of these people had been captives in Babylon or stranded in Judea and had never heard the law read before. After 70 years, many did not understand it. So the priests and scribes explained what Ezra was reading to the people. They were so moved and cut to the heart that they wept before the altar. Then Nehemiah says, "Don't weep, for this is a day to celebrate. Go and have some choice food and drink and care for the needy too, for the joy of the Lord is our strength." You see, the people were repenting of their sins when they heard God's law and had it instructed. And this is what never happened before. They were carried off to Babylon 70 years before. The people and leaders had in that earlier time disregarded God and his law. They turned their backs on God. Now, with solid leadership and instruction, they had turned back to God with great joy and strength. They all saw how God had brought them back. They saw how God had protected them, given them favor with the king, and how they had been strengthened by him to complete the wall. This was not a time of weeping, but of joy for all the Lord had done for them. The joy of the Lord really was their strength. Now, as we have just completed an Ontario lockdown, we now have a little more freedom, don't we? Our businesses are opening back up again. As we see God's provision, for us, this is not a time to weep over losses, but to rejoice in his goodness and reaffirm our dependence on him. A cheerful heart is a continual feast and continual medicine. Are you leading your people to this type of joy today? Bless you and have a good week.